Hi, if your income depends on you showing up for work every day, you don't have a business. You have a job with Wi-Fi connection. A lot of people are tired of making money online. They're exhausted simply because they have a business that doesn't function well. It's not, they don't have the right model. They are in the all old kind of a job model. Let's work 8 to 12 hours a day. It's like that old joke about entrepreneurs that we're not willing to work for a boss for 8 hours, but we're happy to work 12 or 14 hours for ourselves. Well, I'm not, you guys. So I'm going to start sharing my screen with you because I want to talk about this. I think we need to talk about this a little bit more. So, why most online businesses burn people out? The real reason is not because you're lazy, because you don't have motivation, right? You fail because you're taught a model that depends entirely on your time. As long as you're exchanging time for money, you are still in the same system. You're just, instead of being offline, now you're online. Okay. So if your income only grows as your hours of work grow, that's not good. That's a digital job. So, why this hits parents specifically so hard? Because the whole goal of parents working online is to spend more time with their kids, get their time back, right? Just work a few hours a day. And you guys, that is my goal. That's why I started doing this. I wanted to work maximum 2 to 3 hours a day. And that is my goal with this business. Now, what are people told to do standardly? They're told, oh, you have to work harder, you have to post constantly, at least X times a day for this platform. You have to message people, you have to follow up, you have to recruit people. If you're in network marketing, you have to reach out to them, you have to chase people, you have to DM them, sell them every day. Now, that's not fun, and that's a hidden trap, you guys, because what if it doesn't work? What if it backfires on you? What if people start ghosting you? And people do, because some people just following instructions from their upline and they're nagging people. So then you blame yourself, and then you think, I'm not built for this business. I'm not consistent enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not confident enough. I don't work hard enough. I should be doing more of whatever. And then your upline on top of that tells you what you should be doing more of. But the point is, you want to work smarter. You don't want to work harder. And the truth that nobody tells you is that the problem is in the model. The model is built for constant, I call it constant babysitting. It requires your constant effort, your constant presence, which means the moment you stop, everything slows down and dies, right? It just slows down and stops. All the activity, the money stops coming in. So here's a real life example. A mom that I know, she was working full time, raising kids, trying to do something online at night. And usually, when she would actually start doing something, was around 9 p.m. when the kids were in bed. And she was exhausted and she was barely able to focus at that kitchen table. And instead of resting, she was posting and messaging, trying to keep up with everything and feeling terrible because she wasn't able to keep up with everything. And something that she said struck with me. She said, I feel like I'm working two jobs and I'm still not getting ahead. So, what is the real problem? The real problem is not motivation. As I mentioned, the real problem is the model itself. So, how the business works, how much it relies on you being right there in the middle, present, and giving your energy, effort, and time, which means you still don't have a lot of life left to live and enjoy with your family. And that's the whole thing that we're doing here. And that's why I'm so passionate about this freedom business that I'm doing now. I'll share a little bit more, but let's talk about that. What does that mean actually? The freedom business. How does that work when you actually do things right? It's a simple business that's built totally differently. You're not chasing people, you are focusing on system. And that system has three parts. The first part is content, which is what you create. The second part is a simple funnel that, in the case of the business that I have, is done for you. So you don't need any technical skills, which I absolutely love because I have none. And then the third part are automations that are also pre-done for you, and you're taught how to work with them. It's super easy. So how does it work? So the content, number one, content attracts the right people. Funnels give them clear information and guidance. And then your automations continue the process of educating them, answering their questions, and leading them down the path towards purchasing the product if that's what they're interested in. And they usually are, because if they're not, they will exit automations. Isn't that beautiful? There is no chasing, there are no headaches. And you being behind all of this, you never hear one single no. That's often a big discouragement, hearing so many people saying no to people in network marketing, right? So instead of talking one-to-one, now you're talking one-to-many. So when you really think about what do you do when you're talking with somebody over the phone or you're texting, you are telling them that same story to this person and this one and this one and this one, right? So why not take that story, make it good, make it make sense, and create a video instead? And then that video is shown online. It's there available for many people to watch. They can all watch it at the same time. You can go to YouTube and watch the same video. There can be like thousands of people watching one and the same video. That's some leverage here, right? Do you see that? How you don't have to be there for people to get that education. And I love, love, love that. That is so awesome. So talking to multiple people instead of talking one by one. So what is the flow of the system? The content leads people into the simple system, and that simple explains what you do. Okay? And in that process of education, it builds trust and it allows people to make their own decision. It's totally up to them. There is no chasing, there is no pushing, nothing. I love it. So, that's why I'm so passionate about it. That's why I wanted to create this video, so you can see a different angle of how things can be done in a very gentle, easy, simple, relaxed way. So my personal realization was this. I did not want to spend my life answering messages all day, being on all day, even during dinner times, just interrupted my life constantly, on, off, on, off. I didn't want that. I wanted to work 2, maximum 3 hours a day and eventually lower that into even less. Because my idea is, if I can have something like this, which I do, then I don't need to retire. Why would I retire from something that's fun to do a couple of hours a day and the rest of the time I'm free? That's already retirement for me. Think about that. Big difference, right? So what I actually wanted was something that I could run in the background, something that was simple, something that was predictable, something that everybody can do, not just me, but anybody younger or older than me, somebody who doesn't have any technical skills. That's what I was looking for. And at the same time, it had to be something that has been proven already to work. I don't want to be experimented on, and I don't want to experiment on anybody that I'm talking with, right? I want to have a product that's proven, that's already making 6 to 7 figure income earners. So that's something to look at. Whether you decide to look at my program or anything else, you have to look, has this program been around and what has it done for people who are doing it? You want to see results. So when I understood the system, I just became calm. I was like, a breath of fresh air, you guys. It makes such a huge difference. And why is that possible? Because I'm only creating content, and that content that I create is actually my online asset. It's my online asset. Why is it asset? Why is it digital real estate? Because every video you create, every post you publish, Every YouTube video you put there, every TikTok video, Facebook, every article you post, they live there where you posted them and they stay there and they continue working. They work for you 24/7. Today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, 10 years from now. As long as you don't take it down, that post is working for you. Isn't that beautiful? That's called leverage. Love leverage. So, why does it matter? Because it keeps producing value over time. So, what is the transformation here? What have I seen? I've seen people go from confused, overwhelmed, posting randomly, or not posting at all, to finally having clarity about what they should do and shouldn't do, how they should spend their time effectively, how they should only do income producing activities, right? Simple structure, simple step-by-step process, and using systems that work. Now, the real shift happened not because they worked harder, but because they worked smarter, because everything was simplified. They focused and they stopped chasing customers and recruits. So the truth is, online business is not supposed to be chaotic. It's not supposed to be more work than what you were doing before. It should be way less, right? It's not supposed to take over your entire life. That's not the goal, you guys, at least not mine. So if you are hustlers, if you just like go 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 more and more and more, this is not for you. This approach, you can you can find a lot of other things that are pushing you all day long. I like calm and peaceful business that I can do in 2 to 3 hours a day. Okay, so it's definitely not supposed to be another full-time like job or business. It's supposed to give you freedom. That's what I'm going after. So it should be simple, predictable, and calm. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about something else, which is a logical next step. A lot of people think that you need a huge audience to make this work. But the truth is, you don't. Okay, you don't. A lot of people get stuck there. So I'm going to talk about how a small audience can actually generate a real income online. Now, in the meantime, if you're curious about the system that I use, I have put a link below in the description so you can check it out. There is no pressure, just a clear explanation so you can decide if this is possibly something that makes sense for you. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you on the next video. Take care.